long-term future. So this is maybe 2 to 5 years from now, maybe if things take longer than even after that. So there's a few things there. So one is continuing to improve Ethereum's consensus algorithm. So we're looking at CBC Casper for this, and we're also looking at some other things, but basically just continuing to improve the simplicity, efficiency, and the security of Ethereum's consensus protocol. zk snarks, so or zero knowledge proofs. So this is very important and very powerful technology. The idea behind the zk snarks is that they are proofs that prove that, for example, everything in a block was computed correctly, that all of the transactions are valid, that the entire block is valid, where that proof can be verified very quickly. So even if a block is very large and very complex and has a large amount of computation, the proof that that block is correct, it takes a long time to generate the proof, but once the proof is generated, the proof can be verified very quickly. So snarks have a lot of use cases. We can snark the beacon chain, so snark the proof of stake chain to make the proof of stake chain easier to verify and participate in. We can snark the Ethereum virtual machine, or potentially some other virtual machine that extends the Ethereum virtual machine. Make it easier to add full smart contract capabilities to shards if we want to do that. So a lot of things that we can add zero knowledge proofs around. And if we add zero knowledge proofs to things, then this will make it much easier to run an Ethereum node and for anyone to verify that Ethereum blocks actually are correct. So it will make it even harder to attack the network. Post-quantum security. So this is also something which is very important. So with post-quantum security, basically, quantum computers are coming, and they'll be here at some point, not very soon, but definitely at some point in the future. And being secure against quantum computers is definitely something which is very important. So for quantum security, the good news is that there are solutions, right? There are changes that can be made to the protocol to make the protocol more secure against quantum computers. So we can use cryptography that is known to already be quantum resistant. And the best quantum resistant cryptography actually is hashes, right? So even today, hashes, so functions like SHA-256 and SHA-3 are already quantum resistant. And so what we can do is we can replace existing cryptography with hash-based cryptography. So we can replace snarks with starks. We can replace BLS signatures with aggregate signatures that use the same technology as starks. We can replace the Merkle tree that we talked about to make proof sizes for stateless clients smaller with a Merkle tree that uses starks. So we can basically replace everything with starks, potentially replace some things with lattices. The Ethereum Foundation has a cryptography team that is looking more and more at lattice-based technology as well. But these are things that only needs to happen like maybe 5 to 15 years in the future. So this is not a near-term concern, but for the time when this becomes a concern, we already know the kinds of changes that will need to be made. So those are some of the long-term improvements. And at that point, I think we'll basically be done, right? So I think Ethereum's general technical vision is that we're trying to improve quickly in the short term and settle down in the long term, right? Because blockchains in the long term, I think, do need to settle down, and then needs to become more stable, and they do need to just give more guarantees to the users that things are not going to change, so that users can feel safe developing on them. But in the short term, there's just all of this technology that has been developed after Bitcoin came into existence, and even after the original version of Ethereum came into existence. And this technology is just very powerful, and it can really improve the security of Ethereum, the scalability of Ethereum, the privacy of Ethereum, all of these properties. And it's just really important to be able to add these things so that the blockchain can be secure, so that we do not have these very high transaction fees, so that the blockchain can be easier to use. And over time, the expectation is that once the blockchain itself has enough functionality, anything beyond that can be done at layer 2, right? So there's still room for improvement at layer 1, but more things can be done at layer 2, and layer 1 can focus on decentralization, and eventually layer 2 will be the main place where we see people doing the most innovation. But we're not there yet, right? I think that is a place that we will be much closer to 2 years from now. But right now, there's still, after the merge, all of these other improvements to just improve the scalability of the Ethereum protocol, and to make the Ethereum protocol easier to use, and to make the Ethereum protocol more secure. And those things are very important, right? But these things are all happening in parallel, right? So there's teams working on proof of stake and working on the merge. There's a team working on sharding. There's a team working on account abstraction. There's a team working on Virtual trees. So there's also many projects working on layer 2 scaling and continuing to improve scalability of Ethereum. Optimism, one of the layer 2 projects, and recently launched support for Uniswap. So scaling is happening, and it is happening more and more quickly. And I think over the next 2 or 3 years, and we're going to see it become much cheaper to use Ethereum. We're going to see it become more possible for many more kinds of applications to use Ethereum. And the Ethereum ecosystem is going to become a lot more interesting and fun. So thank you.
感谢 Vitalik 通过视频为我们带来的精彩的分享，干货满满。相信大家对于以太坊日后的发展和使用都有了更详细的了解和把握。一个领域发展的是否壮大，独角兽企业数量也是衡量。